JD Allen here, and I'm about to show you strategies that banks don't want you to understand. A strategy that helped me lock down deals when interest rates were sky high, when occupancy was low, and when the broker said, sorry, no bank's ever going to touch that. But I didn't need a bank. I needed one thing, a seller who wanted out and a plan to get them what they needed. And this is what's called seller financing. And if you're not using it in today's market, you are playing the wrong game. Right now, investors are stuck. Rates are up, appraisals are down, and deals that made sense a year ago, they're dead in the water. But here's the thing. The sellers are still out there, burned out, they're tired, sitting in buildings that are bleeding money. They want out, but they can't sell because no buyer can get the financing. And that's where you step in. Not with a briefcase full of money, but with creativity and control. Now, seller financing isn't a Hail Mary. It's the new standard for those smart investors playing chess while the rest of the world's out here playing checkers. So let's break it down. It's really simple. Seller financing means that the seller becomes the bank. You're going to skip those Wells Fargo and Chases, Fannie, Freddie. You can just forget all of that. You agree on terms directly with the seller, the purchase price, the down payment, the interest rate, any kind of amortization schedule that you want. And if you want a balloon, that's fine too. Add in a balloon payment. Because here's the magic. When you do this correctly, you are going to control the deal with less risk, less cash, and way more flexibility. And they're going to walk away with monthly income, possible tax benefits, peace of mind. It's not a scam. It is a trick, and it is a win-win. And that's what we're here to build. Let me tell you a story about an individual that I sat on the back of a truck with for almost an entire day. Built a lot of rapport with this seller, found out that he really just needed money to pay off the rest of his bills, and he wanted a monthly income coming in so that he could actually retire. That's all he wanted. He didn't want anything else. So we took a good portion of that day figuring out what kind of terms we could put in place, how we could make it beneficial for both of us, and how we could move forward. When I walked away at the end of the day, we had a written contract, just scribbled some things down, wrote it out, sent him the actual contract a few days later for him to go ahead and sign. And before I knew it, we had a deal. Both of us were happy. Both of us were moving forward. He was excited. He knew he had this monthly income. I was excited. I knew I had some money coming in every month. Didn't have to deal with the bank. Closed this deal within like 4 weeks. Now, here's the thing. No bank, no appraisal. You're not underwriting some nightmare. He got his income and I got the building. Within the next 3 years, I was able to take this property, completely flip it, turn it around for a nice profit, walk away. That deal likely made me somewhere around $150,000 to $200,000 without any kind of fuss, just working through some issues. All started with a simple conversation. Now here's the thing. You might be saying, why would a seller do this? I'm going to break it down. Number one, it's possible they could avoid all the capital gains in one shot. Number two, they're going to get interest on their equity, and that's a big deal to them. Number three, they're staying in control of the collateral, because if you mess up and you don't pay, they can still foreclose on you. Number four, they're skipping those broker fees, bank delays, headaches. They don't have to deal with any of that. So they're making more money going to their pocket, more money coming to you. And they are possibly able to get out on their terms. Now, especially when we're talking about this situation, a lot of these are mom and pop owners. They don't want to deal with the turnover. They don't trust these big institutions. They want peace. They don't want to deal with a pile of paperwork. And you are giving all of that to them. And in return, you're going to get the deal that the bank said was impossible to make happen. Now, you're going to hear a lot of objections like, seller financing takes skill, or I want all my money up front, or what if you stop paying me, or my CPA says this or says that. And that's where your jobs come in. Don't push, you educate, you reassure, you structure terms that can protect both parties. Talk like a partner, not like a shark. Understand their fear and lead them to safety. It's all about relationships, not manipulation. So here's what I want you to take away. In a tight market, seller financing is the bridge between a seller's piece and your pathway to wealth. You don't need to wait for the Fed to pivot. You don't need to wait for perfect credit. You don't need $1 million bankroll. You got to have courage, you need to have the conversations, and you need to learn how to structure win-win deals that'll help make sense on day one. Now, if you want to master it step by step with tools, scripts, and real world walkthroughs, then check out the Bounce Method training. This is what we teach, not theory, not fluff, deals that change lives, one handshake at a time. This is how we built wealth when others were stuck, and this is how we bounce. Now, until next time, keep showing up, keep flipping mindsets, and keep bouncing forward.